am so hungry. Between the school run, after-school activities, getting the homework done, finding something quick and tasty to serve up to the kids is every parent's
Is that
dream.
your dreams that you dream of at night? It does.
I dream of
this
morning.
What he dreams of. Chef Daniel Lambert is in the kitchen this morning and he's making us the Now, I don't have TikTok. This is a viral TikTok tray bake wedges.
Yeah, so we're making my TikTok wedges. I mean, between the wedges and the homemade mayo, I think it racked up over like 3.5 million views. So
Holy God!
I think it's a really cool dish, you know, to do back to school. Because I know when I was in school, when I came home, my auntie always used to take me to the deli, and I always used to eat wedges. And I was like, you know what? I want to relive that memory. So.
Well, wait, like I make wedges, but what makes these special?
The best thing about them is, well, first of all, the Maris Pipers, they're the best potatoes. They grow in like kind of really silty soil. They like really kind of acidic soil. That's what makes them grow, gives them that kind of fluffiness.
Okay.
They get nice and kind of, you know, crispy and stuff. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quarter these up. Now, it depends, like, if you can't find Maris Pipers, use roosters. They're the same type of spuds as well.
Okay.
Now, tell us, what do you cook your potatoes in? Would you cook your potatoes in water?
Yeah, boiled water, maybe a bit of salt in it.
Oh, I have a feeling this is the wrong answer.
Well, no, it's not. I mean, a lot of people like to cook their spuds in water. I like to cook mine in vegetable stock. So you can see here I've got vegetable stock, and it has to be cold. You can't put spuds into any hot liquid.
Why?
What happens is the outside overcooks, and the inside still goes a bit raw.
Gotcha. It'll stay
So always start off cooking spuds in cold water.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, vegetable stock.
And bring them to boil.
And bring them to, well, for the wedges, what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring it up to a quick simmer.
All right.
So I think the reason these work so well is because a lot of people, you know, the money's kind of scarce as well for people. So I think this is a really kind of good dish if you want to save some cash. You know, because I mean, I don't know how much are spuds? A couple of euro, you know? Yeah. And you can do so much stuff with them if you have spices. It's kind of like a one-dish wonder, because if you have whatever spices you have in the press, really, you can put a lot on. Now, today I'm going to be using cayenne, onion, some kaffir lime, some garlic and paprika. You're probably thinking lime and stuff, but lime actually works very well with it. It's kind of like a Lebanese kind of dish.
So why vegetable stock, first of all? Just because it just gives it that taste right through?
Yeah, so like if you're cooking something in water, there's no flavour going in there. So like if I'm in work and I'm you know, blanching vegetables, I'll always blanch them in vegetable stock. You know, so that's kind of the way you should be, you know, working, especially when you're cooking rice and things like that as well. Always try to use vegetable stock. You know, if you want to keep it vegetarian, you know, use the veg. If you want to spice it up a little, you can use chicken stock.
Think about doing risotto, you always put vegetable stock in it, don't you?
Yeah, like, I mean, risotto is kind of one of those dishes where, you know, you'd use white wine, shallots and garlic at the start, so you'd make a base. And then what you'd do is you'd add in your aromatics then afterwards.
But does this take a huge amount of time because you've got to heat it all up?
It does. So, like, I mean, this is why I've actually prepared some already. So these are actually blanched in vegetable stock already. So they kind of have a slight tinge of yellow to them.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you want.
What goes on them then?
So I'll show you now. So basically, you just bring these up to a slight simmer, first of all. A simmer. It takes about 8 to 10 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
So that's them. Now, I already have these blanched, so you can see that they haven't actually lost their colour. Sometimes they go very dark because potatoes can oxidise. That's why you put them into cold water when you peel them and things like that. So,
seasoning.
First thing we're going to do is put on a bit of sea salt. All right, some cracked black pepper.
This wheel left.
Can you taste the kind of lime going through them?
I can.
It's different. Like, do you like it?
It's quite. They're sweet.
Yeah, they're sweet. Like they're a bit different. So I'm gonna. Oh yeah, so that's actually from the honey. I'll get to that.
Okay.
So
Sorry, we're not meant to be eating these yet, but you keep doing your thing.
Keep talking.
You work away. So we're gonna get on some paprika. So the paprika adds actually more sweetness, and it's smoked as well. So you kind of get that, you know, kind of really nice flavour on there. So yeah, don't be shy with the spices either. This is kind of fun to do, especially around the house.
But this is always for, you know, any wedges. You're throwing all this stuff on.
Any wedges at all, yeah.
What's that, garlic powder?
So this is garlic powder, okay? Now, the reason I'm not using fresh garlic is because the garlic powder works well when I mix it with the olive oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to get on some onion granules as well. Now, a lot of people can't find these in the shops. If you can't get onion granules...
These are the sort of things that sit in my cupboard and been there for about 3 years.
Exactly.
Making one dish.
You can really get away with putting a lot of stuff into this, you know.
If you can't find them, what would you use instead?
If you can't find spices...
or the onion granules, you said it's hard to get them at the
you can just use normal onions. They crisp up really well. They're really, really nice. So I've got kaffir lime leaves here as well, all right? So these add a nice kind of zesty kind of, you know, punch to the wedges. So yeah, people were a bit, you know, shocked when I put this on TikTok. They were kind of like, what's he doing?
So that's the lime then, is it?
That's the lime.
Or do you put lime wedges
We're also going to finish it with lime zest as well.
Lovely.
Because you kind of, when you're cooking the lime leaves, they lose a lot of their tanginess. You kind of get like a subtle hint in the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on some honey now.
Delicious.
So they just went from being healthy to kind of unhealthy-ish.
I mean, we were just talking about the rise in diabetes a minute ago, and now we're putting honey on our
So you can see the amount
wedges.
of honey that's going
Come
on there.
It's not that bad. Well,
there's
yeah,
a
actually, you're
lot
putting
of
on a
honey.
whole thing
Yeah,
of honey.
you need a good bit.
It's
so
natural.
That's what kind of adds that sweetness to it. And I'm also going to add a small bit of olive oil to that as well. And this is where the fun starts. So you basically just mix it all together.
Okay.
So whoever's in the house, you can do like loads of trays of these and just, you know.
You're eating wedges, you know you're not going healthy. Like, it's not a salad, so...
So,
Well,
yeah.
potato wedges would be grand, wouldn't it?
No.
They're quite healthy.
So
Pretty
that's,
roasted potatoes.
so that's them there.
Okay.
Right, so really, really simple. And I'm going to add some limes in on them as well. So we're going to cook them with the limes.
Okay.
And that adds a nice aroma then. So you're getting like different textures of lime in there. That's where, you know, the kind of, you know, Lebanese cuisine comes into.
And
Lovely.
then, so they just pop in the oven then for what?
So because we have them pre-blanched in the veg stock,
Yeah.
they don't take as long. So 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Max,
At
yeah.
And then-
what heat would you want them at?
About 160.
160, okay.
160, yeah. Don't have them over 160 because what'll happen is the outside will burn.
Okay.
The inside will
Crunchy.
still be kind of, yeah.
And then a mayo then you're doing with it?
Yeah, so I'm just going to pop these into the oven here.
Good, because we're going to have all these eaten and everyone on the floor is going to murder us. Like, Pete is actually giving me the evil eyes right now, going, stop it, stop eating.
Look,
Well,
so good a minute ago.
there's loads to go around. So, mayonnaise. Do you know how to make a mayonnaise?
No.
Okay, well, it's actually really, really simple. So, what we do is, now, traditional mayonnaise is made with egg yolks, right?
Yeah.
And Dijon mustard, and you'd add oil in very slowly. But what I'm going to do today is a little bit different. So, I've actually made, it's the same one that you're eating there. So, I'm just going to add in
into it, yeah.
1 egg,
Okay.
right? A bit of Dijon mustard. So, this kind of helps bind it as well. And it also adds a little bit of heat.
Lovely little bit of heat, yeah.
Okay, so a bit of Dijon mustard in there. Now, I'm not going to season it yet because what happens
We've
is...
only about 30
30
seconds
seconds.
here, Daniel. We're going to have to whiz this
so
in.
just I'm going to add in some oil. So you're adding about 200 mils of oil.
Holy God.
Yeah, that's how much oil is in mayonnaise. And we're just going to give it a quick blitz. So you can see here now, this is what amazes people. Mayonnaise.
that it?
That's it.
No way!
Yeah, and once that's like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my roast garlic, and that's how easy it is to make mayonnaise.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Hold
that
on,
looks
what was
so
that?
gross.
That was roasted garlic. So
Roasted
it adds kind of a distinct flavour to it. And that's the mayonnaise.
Daniel,
And then
absolutely.
the wedges are... Oh, I actually have some ready here, so you can see the honey kind of adds a small bit of sweetness to it.
Absolutely delicious. Lash them up there so that we can see them.
And that's
That
them.
looks amazing. Daniel, thank you so much for showing us
No
that
problem.
this morning.
Those famous TikTok wedges. Love it.
Absolutely.